Yay! Alright, we're doing a speed build because why the heck not? This one's called Roofed Russet because I'm super artsy and that's artsy. And you'll see it's brown and russet is a word for brown. It's a shade of brown. Anyways. I'm not actually artistic, I just pretend to be. So I put this on I usually do most of my speed builds are at least somewhat influenced by some sort of architecture or house that I've seen, but this one was just from my head and I just kind of placed walls and this happened. Usually I put houses on a foundation as I did this one because I feel like it looks nice, and we don't have a terrain tool yet in Sims 4, so you can only really achieve height or lack of height through foundation at the moment, or swimming pools or sort of cool 1-story, 2-story things, where you enter from the bottom and go up to the second story, or half walls. Half walls are great, actually. It's odd that it took me so long to realize that there weren't any terrain tools, honestly. I feel like that should have taken less time, but I'm not sure why we're stopped there. I guess I probably just spaced out or something. Yeah, so this part I did sort of a little pagoda of sorts on the back roof, or the back porch, because I think that looks nice. Which you can just do with the fence tool. There are these fences that are sort of really, really small. They're not really fences. They're just maybe 4 inches off the ground. So you can use that and put it on the second floor, and then it looks like a nice little pagoda. So here we've got the front. I made it symmetrical because it needs to be symmetrical. It doesn't actually have to, but it just kind of looked a little off, being slightly off-centered rather than completely off-centered. So windows. I'm a big fan of windows, as you will see. This for me is a fraction of the amount of windows that I would like to put on a house if I could. It's just so nice. Natural light is so much better than artificial light. I don't understand. Why would you want artificial light if you could just have beautiful, huge, glass windows having the sunlight stream? I don't know. It just seems nicer. And we did a gate going into the backyard from the front. And I kind of like how there's a fence and along with shrubs, because the shrubs seem sort of more inviting for the front. I didn't want it to seem like whoever lived here was just a recluse and didn't want anyone to come in their house. I get privacy, but it's nice and more inviting, be more neighborly and everything. Here I'm just trying to do some landscaping, which I always struggle with, but I think it turned out alright. One thing that I did that I shouldn't have done at first was placing the terrain paint before landscaping, because then I felt really confined by okay, I have to put things in this very spot, and oddly enough I sort of ended up painting the same area, but it was less restricting, I guess, because I didn't have the terrain paint there. I don't know. I guess it's up to you whether you want to put terrain paint before or after you landscape, but I think generally placing shrubs and stuff first and then putting the dirt underneath them is a good way to go. Put little flower boxes out in front because clearly these people like flowers. And then what I did here, I sort of copied the same shrubs from the front because it sort of made sense to have, they wouldn't buy different plants generally, completely different for the back and for the front. If it's a certain climate, I assume that they would have the same. Oh, here I did one of these really nice pink trees that I never use, actually, but I saw it in, the background of this neighborhood, and I was like, huh, I will continue that theme. So, that'll be a pain to clean up if we ever get seasons and there are leaves for the fall. But other than that, since it's not an evergreen, but the Sims will be fine. They'll power through. Here I'm trying to figure out the floor plan. This basically all gets, undone, as you see there. And then I kind of work on the furniture first. I don't know, I kind of furnish and do the interior weirdly. I'm not really good with setting up a floor plan and then, putting furniture in. I, set up half a floor plan and then put furniture in, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then sort of continue the rest of the house. Same with, wallpaper and tile and stuff, or floor tiles. I can't really just put the wallpaper up and floor tiles and then furniture in. I have to sort of think about the furniture that I want in the space first and then paint to match. which I realize is wholly inconvenient for real life interior decorating, but for Sims it works out alright. Yeah, that's another interesting thing about Sims. It doesn't really matter what order you do things in, which is kind of nice. Like, those windows there, changing the windows out, like, you couldn't really just do that. Like, move the door over. I mean, you could. It would just be a huge hassle. I guess technically all of these things could be done, actually, in real life. It would just cost a lot more money to do it a certain way. I don't usually put window dressings, but the walls seemed kind of bare because they're so high. Usually I have lower walls also, but it just seemed more airy and open with higher walls, so I picked medium walls. I don't know, the house looked really short when they had low walls in the front, so I did medium size. So here I add hardwood, and then I'm trying to sort of make a little, not fence, but like partition between the kitchen and the dining room area. So you can use, again, one of those cool little fences, except this one, rather than being like 2 inches off the ground, is like maybe 1 millimeter. So it just kind of works as like a border, which I like using a lot, actually. I think I use it again for the area behind the bar, and then I have to use the Move Objects tool. So here we're just making a little focal point, I guess, with a mirror. Mirrors always make rooms look larger, so, and like more bright, because they'll reflect sunlight from windows. So in real life, you can do that. Oh, and then here we add light. See, I think it's always great to have enough light in a room before you add like hanging lights, so that you can see. I feel like you should have enough sunlight in the room for that. I don't know, unless you're making like some creepy vampire dungeon. So here I separate off the bedroom and the bathroom and the living room. So we're adding couch. Oh, and I realized that the Move Objects tool is still on, or cheat, rather, not tool. At first I had this little end table behind the couch, and then I thought it was kind of weird, so, and I wanted to place another couch in there anyways, so, because it seemed like there should fit more than 3 people, even though this is only a house for, I guess, up to 2 people. Putting on with the rugs. I'm a big fan of this rug, although I don't know if I wish it was a little bit smaller for this space, but it works out alright. Figuring out what to put on there. I don't know why it took me so long to figure out what color I wanted that tissue box to be. This is like fast forwarded 8 times the speed, but that was like maybe a solid 20 seconds of deciding what color the tissue box would be, when ultimately it really doesn't matter. But put a little bookshelf behind there. I think that looks a lot better than having the end table back there, and more realistic. Curtains. Again, I don't know why I did so many window dressings in this house. I normally leave my windows bare, because I don't actually like window dressings in real life so much, because I feel like it blocks sunlight, and I'm a big fan of sunlight. But yeah, some rugs inside and outside. The outside one is like the same color as the door. The inside one is the same color as like the rest of the rugs in the house, or in that room, I guess. We got a little desk going on here so that whatever sim is here can do work. See, at first I thought this was going to be a starter home, and then I just kept on sort of placing objects, and I was like, this is more than 20,000 simoleons. Oh well, and just kept on going. So I think it's alright though. This can be like a second starter home, like a nicer home for maybe once your sim like is in a relationship or something, and the 2 of them move together to a new place. Yeah, that could be. It's a second starter home. Yeah, sure. We'll say that. So here, see the lamp? I don't really like the style of that lamp, but it's the only one that sort of matched the covers and like the wall color and everything. I feel like it would be really nice. I think a lot of other people have already said this, but I will reiterate. If we could have like how in Sims 2 you could sort of change aspects of items. Wow, I really went crazy with the camera there. I'm sorry. Sort of like how you could change the lampshade versus the actual like sconce part of it. You know what I mean? Or like the bedding rather than the like wood. That would be brilliant. I would greatly appreciate that. But alas, I do not complain because I think Sims is great already. So, but that would be nice if anyone could do that. That'd be wonderful. Alright, so we're moving on into the bathroom now. Oh, right, the books on the bed earlier. I was going to put them on top of the bed, and then I realized that's just very unrealistic. As cool as it looked. It was just kind of, this didn't sit as well with me. I was like, if anyone were to, like, move in their sleep, that would just fall and be awful. So, I don't know. I used to move around a lot in my sleep, and now I find myself not doing so as much. Although, I don't know how I would know that. Just, like, I guess if you wake up in the same spot as where you fell asleep in. I don't know. Alright, so here we're doing the move objects tool again in order to move these towels up. Basically, you can put anything you want on shelves, rather than just the ones that, like, snap to the shelves. You can just put anything you want on there, which is really nice with the move objects tool, and then control and the 9 key to move up and down. So I realized it's still on here, so I turn it off in order to put the chairs in the back porch. So we've got like a little barbecue going, basically. Yeah, I think this is like a reasonable spot for a couple. Maybe you would add more seating in the back if you want to like really entertain. But yeah, that's it. Hope you liked it.